Oh man, things are getting wild for Mike, the big Republican leader in the House. He's getting ditched not just by his pal Elon Musk, but by some of his own team. Some Republican folks who said yes to a really bad budget plan are now flipping because Elon Musk says he's against it. Now they're like, yeah, we don't like it either. I was like, whoa, Mike Johnson. Check this out. Republican Scott Perry voted for that awful budget, but now he's against it because Elon Musk posted, "I'm so done with this." Elon called the huge, messy spending plan a total disaster. Scott Perry was like, yup, Elon's right to call out our leaders. He said, "I wish I got a nickel every time my group, the Freedom Caucus, warned everyone and no one listened, only to find out we were right." They're hoping the Senate makes big changes before the plan comes back to the House. But dude, Scott, you voted for it. Why didn't you fix it? You're in the Freedom Caucus. Why did your group vote for it and then expect the Senate to make the cuts you wanted? What's going on? You said yes to this plan. Then there's Republican Senator Rand Paul, who's always been against this bad bill. He said, "I agree with Elon. We've both seen the government waste tons of money, and adding $5 trillion more debt is a huge mistake." Rand Paul also said, "Some of us are trying to stop Congress from making America broke," after what Elon Musk said. Then there's Republican Senator Mike Lee, who calls himself Based Mike Lee. He calls himself Based, which is kinda funny because saying you're based might be the least based thing ever. So, after Elon spoke out, Mike Lee said, "The government's spending too much money." He added, "This causes prices to go up and hurts people. The Senate needs to make this bill better." And then there's Marjorie Taylor Greene, not just Mike. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, "I saw this thing on TikTok where people keep saying no, and it gets annoying, so I'll stop." But she also said, "I didn't know about a part on pages 278 and 279 of the budget that stops states from making their own AI rules for 10 years. She's like, "I'm totally against this. It's not fair to states, and I wouldn't have voted yes if I'd known." She said, "We don't know what AI will do in 10 years, and letting it run free while stopping states could be dangerous." She wants that part taken out when the Senate sends the budget back to the House. She said, "I won't vote for it if that part's still there." Our editor, Ron Filipowski, was like, "Looks like Marjorie and Scott Perry didn't even read the bill before voting." Just so you know, Elon Musk was posting all day saying, "I'm so done with this." He called the big, messy spending bill a total disaster. He said, "Shame on everyone who voted for it. You know you messed up." He thinks it'll make the country's debt way bigger, like $2.5 trillion, and that's way too much for people to handle. Republican Thomas Massey was like, "Elon's right." And Elon replied, "It's just simple math, man." Elon even said, "Get rid of these Republicans." He posted, "Next November, we vote out all the politicians who let down the American people." This was after someone named Matt Van Swall said, "Here's what the Republicans are doing." And Elon was like, "Fire them." Elon also shared a post from an account called SMX saying, "The truth sets you free." And he's been speaking out boldly about it. Now let's talk about Mike. Should I show you Botox Mike or regular Mike first? A few weeks ago, in late March 2025, Botox Mike was on the Mike Levin show on Fox. Mike Levin talks in a funny way, and here's my impression of him and Botox Mike. Botox Mike Johnson said, "Elon Musk has it all figured out." He was like, "Elon's super smart and his ideas made our budget perfect." But then Elon was like, "No way, Mike." Watch this clip where Mike praises Elon, but Elon totally disagrees. Mike said, "We wanted to pass a plan to keep spending the same, so the government can keep doing great work with Doge and other stuff to stop waste and fraud." He said, "We didn't have Elon's smart ideas before, but now things are different, and we'll save money next year with these new plans." He said the bill keeps most spending the same, but adds a little for defense, like $6 billion, because Pete Hegseth said it was needed. The Department of Defense needed some wiggle room and $6 billion more for urgent stuff. It also cuts other spending. by about $13 billion. So it saves $7 billion overall for the American people. And Mike said, "We're just getting started." That was Botox Mike. Now here's regular Mike Johnson. Here's a clip of Mike saying Elon's awesome ideas and Doge cuts made the budget great, but now Elon hates it. Mike said, "Doge is amazing because Elon figured it all out." He said, "We had a bold president, and Elon's super smart ideas found all the problems." He said, "Congress couldn't see these issues before, but now Elon's changing how the government works." He thinks Elon's ideas will keep helping even. After Elon's done helping out, he said, "This is a big deal and it's exciting." Then there's this ad for Delete Me, which helps keep your personal info safe online when spying and data leaks are common. If you're someone well-known online, it's creepy to know your address, phone number, or family names are on tons of websites without you saying it's okay. That's why I got Delete Me. They do the hard work of taking your and your family's info off those sites. You just tell them what to remove, and their experts handle it. They send you reports to show what they found and took away. It's not a one-time thing. Delete Me keeps checking and cleaning up your info. Take charge of your info and keep your life private with Delete Me. Now, with a discount for our listeners, get 20% off your Delete Me plan at joindeleteme.com Midas with promo code MIDAS. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com Midas and use code MIDAS at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com Midas, code MIDAS. Now back to Mike Johnson. Here's how Fox talked about Mike when he found out Elon and other Republicans were turning against him. Mike was like, "But Elon was my friend. I thought we were close." He said, "Elon's super smart, but I think he's wrong about this awesome bill." Here's the clip. Mike said, "I'm so disappointed. I thought Elon was my friend. He's obviously a very smart guy and has done a lot of great stuff, but I think my friend Elon is wrong about this great bill." So what did Elon say? He said, "I'm done. This big, messy spending bill is awful. Shame on everyone who voted for it. You know you messed up. It's like Elon left the White House and then caused a big fight. These Republicans are acting like little kids, like, 'Are you my friend? I like you.' Just the behavior there is just so super weird. I want to show you this." Maraputo posted the following. Musk trashed Trump's budget because he didn't get special treatment in 4 things: EV tax credits for Tesla, a longer White House job, Starlink stuff with the FAA, and his friend not leading NASA. None of that happened, so Elon and the Republicans are fighting, and now it's a big Republican mess. You also have other Republicans saying they don't like this bill. Here's Republican Rick Scott from Florida. Someone asked if he'd vote no on the bill as it is. He said, "Yup, I'd vote no. This bill wouldn't get enough votes right now." Here's Republican Ron Johnson from Wisconsin. Here's his clip. Someone asked if he'd vote for this so-called awesome bill. He said, "No way, not like this. I won't vote for something that makes our debt worse." He said, "We shouldn't even be talking about this now. We should have already saved money and done other stuff." He said they could have saved $850 billion and fixed taxes, but instead they went with this one big bill. It's not beautiful. I'm sorry. It's not a big, beautiful bill. That's just talk. There's one thing here. We've got Republican Rand Paul saying, "My objection is not about the tax cuts. It's that this is going to add $5 trillion to the deficit." Here's his clip. Someone asked him about what the budget director and president said about the bill helping growth. They said the bill has stuff to help the economy grow. Rand said, "I've been around a while, and every leader thinks growth will fix spending." He was asked if the president's right about tax cuts and less rules helping the economy. He said, "I think so. I agree tax cuts can help, like under Reagan and Trump's first term." He said, "I supported those tax cuts and still do. They bring in more money than expected." He said, "My problem isn't the tax cuts. It's that this bill adds $5 trillion to the debt." He said, "That's the biggest debt increase ever, and if Republicans vote for it, they'll own that. Debt. They'll lose their ability to say, look at the Democrats. They're the ones piling debt on our country. He said, we've been drowning in debt mostly because of Democrats, but if Republicans vote for this, they'll own it. He said, if they separate the debt part, I could support the bill. Then the Senate leader, Republican John Thune, said, I hope Elon changes his mind. He said, maybe Elon will like us again. He said, I hope Elon sees what this bill really does. He said, we have a job to do. People voted for us to do this. He said, we'll make the bill better in the Senate and send it back to the House. He said, it does what we promised, helps the military, secures the border, gives tax relief, and cuts spending. He said, it'll help jobs and make America strong with energy. He said, it's the biggest spending cut ever, and that's what we promised. This is all so weird, but Mike's in trouble. Botox. Mike, regular Mike, or whatever Mike we. See, so weird. Anyway, hit subscribe so we can get to 5 million subscribers. Thanks for watching. Keep chatting with us on Instagram at meidastouch and help us get past 1 million followers.